Right lads, I'm your host of Man And His Kebab, and happy St. Patrick's Day. Or this could be going up in the day before, I'm not exactly sure. The reason for that being is, like most of the Irish population on Paddy's Day, I'm going to be trying to figure out how to get home while carrying a bus stop on my back. Ireland is a bit of an oddball when it comes to its national day, because unlike countries like the US or France, who celebrate a significant event in the history of the country, such as gaining independence or becoming a republic, Ireland instead celebrates a Welsh lad who was kidnapped and brought to Ireland to care for sheep. Not very glamorous. Then again, this is coming from a man wearing a pair of sunglasses and a scarf indoors. St. Paddy's Day is not only a big day in Ireland, but also around the world, most notably in the US. But where did Paddy's Day come from, and how did it devolve into the drinking fest that it is today? Well, that's what we're about to find out. But first off, who is St. Patrick, and how did some fella from Wales become the patron saint of Ireland? Well, as I said before, St. Patrick was kidnapped and brought to Ireland somewhere around the year 400. But there's also less interesting rumours that he fled the country to not have to serve on the local town council, which I don't exactly blame him for. It's been 6 years and the local council here still hasn't fixed the speed bumps near my house. While serving as a shepherd here, Patrick found God, and after 6 years, returned to the dump that is Wales. Yeah, sorry Wales, but I think you guys know it's true. After doing whatever saints do as part of their character development, St. Patrick returned to Ireland to spread Christianity to the pagans. Not such a popular thing to do nowadays thanks to the actions of the Catholic Church, but we'll let him go on this one. However, the whole idea of Paddy driving snakes out of Ireland is a load of bollocks, and more than likely a metaphor. The idea of snakes living on an island with a climate equivalent to that of a soggy sock is very unlikely. Now, Paddy died somewhere around the year 461. However, the impact of his life had only just began. By around the 7th century, Paddy had become numero uno on the popularity scale of people in Ireland, with the date of his death starting to be observed as a feast day for Irish Catholics around the 10th century. In modern Ireland, however, he's dropped about 9th place, just above Ray Houghton, but just below that fella who crashed a truck into the Russian embassy. Funnily enough, the first St. Patrick's Day parade wasn't actually celebrated here, instead being celebrated in everybody's favourite source of talentless reality TV stars, the United States. It was actually celebrated in a Spanish colony in modern day Florida, which why a lot of Spanish people are celebrating an Irish saint, I do not know. But then again, they let us come to their country to get drunk every summer, so I can't really complain. Irish immigrants continued to throw parades throughout the centuries, and soon the tradition spread through Irish hotspots in the US, most notably Boston, Chicago, and of course New York. In Ireland, St. Patrick's Day became an official public holiday in 1903, thanks to this lad, MP James O'Mara. What a lad. Then again, he also introduced a law on the closure of pubs on St. Patrick's Day, a law that remained in place up until the 1970s, maybe not such a lad. The first official parade by the Irish government was held in 1931. Now, there was parades before in Ireland, but typically it was just a lot of Republican lads with rifles marching down the road. Yeah, just typical 1920s Ireland. Since then, the annual parade held in Dublin has become an internationally noted event, involving thousands of people, such as brass bands, huge floats, and the Irish Army showing off all 6 of their tanks. The problem with the parade in Dublin, however, it's very packed. Unless you arrive at it at 8 o'clock in the morning, good luck getting anywhere close enough to see anything. Which is why you'll see half the dads at it with their children on their shoulders, just so they can see over the crowds of people. Because of this, some people like to go to local parades that run through their town. These things can be good for showcasing an area's local clubs or communities, such as the local GAA club or local band, but a lot of times it's just an excuse for big lads in oil trucks to advertise their company. Then again, good luck to anybody running an oil company at this point in time, thanks to international affairs. Or a load of lads on the back of a tractor trailer throwing lollipops into the crowd. As a child in Ireland, this is largely what Paddy's Day consists of: whacking on a leprechaun hat or spraying your hair green and going to the local parade with your family. But what happens on Paddy's Day in Ireland once you hit your teenage years? Well, at this point we turn to every Irish teenager's favourite pastime: field drinking. Drive past any field in Ireland on Paddy's Day and I can guarantee you'll see at least 5 lads, or ladies, with a few cans and a bottle of vodka that they stole from their ma. I'd just like to take this time to say, I'm sorry mammy. Having the best crack of their lives, till inevitably one of them gets sick. To outsiders, this might seem weird, and they might question, why would you put yourself through that? Well, to put simply, it's sort of an unofficial rite of passage. However, eventually we mature, and by the time most Irish youngsters hit 18, the novelty of sitting in a grassy, and sometimes depending on the weather, soggy field, yeah, it kinda wears off, and we soon migrate to the local pub. Dublin City on Paddy's Day, especially around Temple Bar, is absolutely packed with people dressed in green and carrying pints of Guinness, Heineken, or if you're feeling ballsy, Foster's. And I can guarantee you this year is going to be especially wild due to the fact that we've spent our last 2 Paddy's days in lockdown. So if you're visiting Ireland this March 17th, expect to hear plenty of Luke Kelly, loud shouting about petrol prices, and of course, a mighty amount of crack. Not the drug, it's a verb. It means to have fun. So I think that's what a verb means. I hope that's what a verb means. Anyway guys, that's about all I have for this one. I tried to delve into it a bit more than just saying we like to get drunk, but that can describe every holiday or even day in Ireland. But I hope you have a great Paddy's Day, and if you don't celebrate it, well, it's going to be a boring day for you, isn't it?